Everywhere you look, there are conflicting opinions on what is healthy and the newest and best ways to lose weight. There's always some new diet plan or health fad that is making the headlines. However, dieting isn't healthy. Fasting isn't healthy. And 7 or 14-day diets will not make you any healthier. Losing weight or getting skinny is attainable this way, but these quick results are not long-lasting, and they certainly will not improve your health or your quality of life in a permanent way. So what is healthy? What is obesity, and how does nutrition affect obesity? Well, nutrition and obesity are multifaceted issues, but a lack of understanding of proper and adequate nutrition can lead to a lifelong battle with obesity and chronic disease. But increasing your knowledge on nutrition and other factors that lead to obesity and chronic disease can increase your ability to eat nutritiously and battle obesity and chronic disease effectively. Good morning. My name is Stacy Butler, and I am not a nutritionist nor am I a health guru. But I have found many things in my own personal exploration for a healthier lifestyle that I want to share with you today. First, why is any of this important? Well, according to the World Health Organization, obesity has doubled from 1980 to 2008, and they expect it to more than double again by the year of 2030. That means that by 2030, there will be more than 2 billion adults who are overweight and more than 1 billion who are obese. Childhood obesity has tripled since 1980. And studies show that children who are overweight or obese have a 70 to 80% greater chance of being overweight or obese adults. A third fact from the World Health Organization, 65% of the world's population live in countries where overweight and obesity-related chronic diseases kill more than underweight. I know that this may be surprising considering the number of commercials and fundraisers that we see for ending world hunger with the images of malnourished children and malnourished adults. However, they are in the minority. In fact, according to the CDC, overweight and obesity-related conditions are the number 2 preventable cause of death in the United States, and second only to tobacco use. But what are these conditions? They include diabetes, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, stroke, arthritis, and many forms of cancer. Yeah, cancer can be caused by improper nutrition and obesity and overweight. The last fact from the World Health Organization, obesity is preventable. So where do we begin? Begin reducing the rate of overweight and obese adults. Reducing the rate of diabetes, high blood pressure, and cancer. We begin with education, understanding nutrition, and understanding labels. I want to give you a little bit of information regarding proper nutrition and then explain a few of the labels that you see all over the place now and what they mean. Most of us remember the Food Guide Pyramid as the USDA's Healthy Nutrition Guideline, as it was used for nearly 20 years in the United States, depicting different food groups and how many servings we should have of each day. But in 2011, a new guideline was implemented. It's called My Plate. You can get more details on it at choosemyplate.gov. However, the new guideline works like a pie chart, showing how much of each food group you should have on your plate at a meal. At least half should be fruits and vegetables, and then dairies, grains, and proteins. The recommended caloric intake varies based on age, sex, and level of physical activity. But in general, for healthy adults that aren't exercising every day, between 1,600 and 2,000 calories are recommended. And it is suggested that you consume 1.5 to 2 cups of fruit, 2.5 to 3 cups of vegetables, 5 to 6 ounces of protein, 6 to 8 ounces of grain, half of which should be whole grains, and only 5 to 6 teaspoons of oil a day. Notice there's no recommendations for sugars or fat. They only recommend that you limit your intake and substitute low-fat, reduced fat, or zero-fat products for regular ones, as with cheese, milk, and meat, and that you substitute water or no sugar added juice for sodas or other sugary drinks. There are several helpful ideas and tools on the ChooseMyPlate.gov website for you to check out, get more information, and use in your own healthy nutrition goals. But now to help you understand a few of the labels and words that are used for marketing on products. Natural, all natural, made from natural ingredients. This looks and sounds like it should be good for you, right? That's why companies use these words. First, the USDA does not have regulations on this label or any products other than meat, so pretty much anybody can use it. However, when applied to meat, it means that the product cannot contain any artificial colors, flavors, chemical preservatives, synthetic ingredients, and must be minimally processed. So the animals from which the meat is harvested can be fed growth hormones, antibiotics, and fed whatever food the farmer wants, good or bad. It only means that they did not add anything to the meat after it was harvested, and that it wasn't synthetically produced. Other companies have standards for using their seal, which includes that the products not be genetically modified, that it is present or produced in nature, and not have any additives or be exposed to radiation. These seals are probably more true to the term, but they also are not regulated. Because the term natural is not regulated by the USDA, you can't necessarily trust its use. You should read your ingredients and the food label. Now, since I've mentioned genetically modified, what does that mean? What does organic mean? Well, genetically modified foods have had changes made to their DNA using genetic engineering. Now, this applies to meats, vegetables, fruits, everything. The changing of their genetics can make them grow faster, grow bigger, make them resistant to weeds or other diseases, or it can mean that genetically modified chemicals were used to grow or manufacture these products. Organic meat, poultry, eggs, and dairy means that the animals were not given any antibiotics or growth hormones, and organic plants were grown without the use of conventional pesticides, synthetic fertilizers, sewage, sludge, radiation, or bioengineering. A product must be made using at least 95% organic ingredients to carry the USDA organic seal. Knowing that genetically modified foods can be given growth hormones and grown with chemicals that can remain in the products after processing, using sewage sludge and radiation doesn't sound very good to me, but that's a different argument. There are no studies that show that organic products are any more nutritious than their genetically modified counterparts. However, there are multiple studies that show that they are safer and have less health side effects. Now on to gluten and gluten-free products. Many products today say gluten-free. They have special labels in grocery stores and some even have special sections. But what is gluten? It's actually a composite of two proteins most commonly found in wheat, but is also said to sometimes exist in rye, barley, and other crossbreeds. The proteins themselves are not bad, but some people have a sensitivity to them, and their bodies produce an abnormal immune response when they eat them, causing diarrhea, abdominal pain, fatigue, and they changes the way their body absorbs nutrients. Now, this is called celiac disease. Some people have a sensitivity to gluten that do not have celiac disease. Many people have taken to a gluten-free lifestyle. However, its health benefits are controversial for people that don't have the sensitivity. Some research shows that it can increase the body's ability to absorb nutrients, while others say that it can be harmful to the body's natural absorption. Nonetheless, that's what gluten is and why some avoid it. The last label I want to discuss is Heart Healthy. The requirements from the American Heart Association to carry their Heart Healthy label have some variations depending on the type of product. However, in general, it means that the product must not contain any partially hydrogenated oil, be low fat, low cholesterol, low sodium, and have at least 10% or more daily value of at least one or more nutrients, vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, calcium, protein, or fiber. There are other product-related specifications, such as fruit products cannot have added sugar. Milk products must be less than 130 calories per 8 fluid ounces. Different products have different additional specifications. With so many products labeled healthy, nutritious, natural, added protein, and so forth, and not many regulations on product labeling, including genetically modified foods, it isn't always easy to know what you're eating. It is truly best to read the labels and food facts to understand. Ingredients are listed in the order from most to least. If sugar is the first ingredient, then it means there is more sugar than anything else in that product. If you're buying whole grain cereal, the first few ingredients should be whole grains. Read the nutrition facts and serving size. Remember, serving size changes from product to product, so don't let it confuse you. Know how many calories a product contains per serving and how much a serving is. Notice here on a box, a serving is 4 cups popped, and on the other box it's 6.5 cups popped. These are the same brand of a similar product. Only difference is one is movie theater butter and the other is Smart Pop. Bottom line, preventing and reducing obesity starts at home. Learning to eat healthy and limiting fats and sugars. A few substitutions for lower sugars and fats can make a huge difference. Then, we must insist on appropriate product labeling so that we know what we are putting in our bodies. And share what you know with others. Help them to help themselves. We can reduce the rate of obesity and overweight. We can reduce the rate of diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, and cancer. Educate. Thank you, and I wish you good health.